Hello everyone, this is me Rikha Niswatul Aulia, and I would like to present you about fun fishing. So what is fun fishing? Fun fishing is one of the games to teach speaking, but I focus on English speaking. And this game is not only for the young learners, but also it can be for the university students. The second slide is about steps in implementing the strategy. The first step is about the preparation. We have to make the big board contain the numbers 1 to 100 and give combination with a picture of fish hook and the shark, then make a dice. If you can see, there is a dice and also the board and also number start from 1 to 100. You can conclude that the fun fishing game is more likely snake and ladder game. Yes, I can say that you were absolutely right, because this game is more likely snake and ladder, but fun fishing is not only for game, but also for learning, especially speaking English. The second step is divide the students into 4 groups, and each group consists of 3 to 4 members, but it depends on amount of students in the class. The third step asks the students to take turns to throw the dice and speak. So the speak one is the main idea of the game. When the students take turn to throw the dice, after that the teacher gives the questions or instructions, and it was orally. And if the students can answer the questions, means they can jump and move to the next number, and jump backward when they answer the questions incorrectly based on the number of the dice they throw. For example, tell your favorite flower. My favorite flower is blue orchid. That was correct answer. The second example is, describe a cat. A cat is a pet, and it has 1 nose and long, and it has 4 legs and 2 big ears. Am I right? If the teachers, as the jury or the judge, so the teachers will say the answer of that student is incorrect, because the students doesn't describe about a cat as the instructions given by the teachers, but the student described an elephant. But the correct answer is, a cat is a pet. It has 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 nose with a mustache, and a mouth. It has a tail. I like white cat. That was correct answer as example. We are going to the fourth step. The fourth step is the benefit for the players when they get to fish hook, means that they can go up to the number where the fish rod takes a place, and if they get to the mouth of the shark, they have to go down to the shark's tail. This is the same situation, or same circumstance with the snake ladder. When the player gets the stairs, means that the player can go up. But unluckily, when the player gets the mouth of the snake, means that the player has to go down. Next to the fifth step, the fastest group to reach the final number was the winner, as the commonly. And then the sixth step gave the students advice about the winner and loser in the game. And the last step is congratulate the winner group and give support to the loser in the game. So we are, as the teacher, that conduct this game, I mean fun fishing game or snake and ladder game, to implement the speaking skill. So, I mean, in the last session, as the teachers, we have to support the loser and we have to congratulate to the winner. So this is means that the teacher has a good point and good behavior in teaching. And this is the last slide. It's about my reference where I get the strategy, I mean the game, to teach speaking English for young learners. Thank you very much and see you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Viky Amelia from Group 3. I would like to present about my games, and the name of my game is Guessing Games. Guessing Games is a game in which a person or participant knows something and competes individually or in a team to identify or to find out it. This game can be varied by the teacher themselves. The player holds the information and others should guess who, what, where it might be. The thing that should be guessed can be in form or single word, phrase, sentence, or sentence. And the step of playing a game is: the first, the student thinks of an object person the class knows the name of, and then the teacher asks questions such as what is it or is it, and then putting up their hand waiting to be called on. And next, the first guess correctly takes the thinker's place, and then after such a game has been successfully played by the class as a whole, it can be played in groups or even in pairs. And then the teacher who has thought of something may be questioned by a member of another. Okay, I think it's enough. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dodik Rahmatul Rifantiya, and I will explain about puppet games. There are some advantages of using puppet in English speaking class. The puppet can help to serve as a very effective aid for teaching language art. The puppet can bring about the development of any aspect of language in junior high school or a young learner. The puppet encourages students to talk and express their creative ideas verbally. The puppet can help the student not only think of what to say but also feel comfortable when they are speaking. The puppet is a way for students to speak in front of the other student without feeling intimidated. The puppet gives the student of meaning to express themselves and their ideas without the stress of having something to completely understand that language. The puppet can help the student to relate and play better with other students who speak English fluently. The next is step in implementing the strategy. Brainstorming about the student's puppet was the beginning of teaching them how to express their feeling and observation. Teacher can apply stimulation by having their students to create their own word by using puppet and then ask them questions about the puppets' personalities. The student will be motivated to use their own word to describe their ideas using puppet. The teacher can help the student by tossing out new and unfamiliar vocabulary word and talking about the part of speech to describe how the puppet act and feel. The teacher can also ask the student to touch, feel, and move their puppet around to become familiar with them and to ease the process of describing it. Some of the most common and easiest puppet to make are stick puppets, hand puppets, finger puppets, people puppets, wooden spoon puppet, mitten and sock puppets, vegetable fruit puppets, ping pong ball puppets, and cylinder puppets. This is a way to help the student speak up to describe subject using their own word and their new vocabulary. Okay, I think enough. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Febri Aldiansya and I will explain about what is the question game. So this is a definition of game as a form of governed by rules. They should be enjoyed and fun. They are not just a diversion, a break of routine learning activities, but a way of getting a learner to use the language in the course of the game. So the first is preparation. First, the teacher should understand the game and get familiar with rules of this game. The teacher will be able to play the game in the classroom correctly and pupils also get positive effect from playing the game. They can increase their ability in speaking. It is known some topics in teaching speaking often use question in conversation just like introduction, greeting, describing, and other. So the teacher be able to choose the appropriate one. The next, the teacher should create a lesson plan. In lesson plan, the teacher will determine step of activities to be done while teaching process that divided into pre-teaching, teaching, and post-teaching. So this is a step in implementing the strategies. First, teacher say, "I'm from Canada," and then the teacher says to the pupils that the appropriate question for the statement, "Where are you from?" Before continued, the teacher asks the student again whether they understood about W and H question form or not. If the student have understood, the teacher continue to explain the game, but if students do not understand yet, the teacher tries to explain again about W and H question. Next, the teacher informs that they will be divided into 4 groups, for example A, B, C, and D. And each of the groups consists of 5 students. As the next, then the teacher asks each of group to put his or her member in front of his or her group as a participant. After that, the teacher commands an assistant to inform the first statement. He or she says, "I'm from England." The participant from group B raises his or her hand firstly, so he or she gets a chance to answer. He or she says, "Where are you from?" The teacher responds directly, That is the right development point of group B. The next is coming to the second statement. Each of group put the next member of his or her group as participant of this game. Then an assistant say, "My name is John." The participant from group D raises his or her hand first and says, "What is your name?" The teacher responds, "That is correct answer." That's point from group D. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ilzam Aulia. In here, I will explain about use game cats and mouse to improve students' speaking skills for your learning. Okay, this is the role of the game. Students stand in a circle. Students stand standing in the center of the circle. Later, he or she will ask questions to one student who is standing in the circle. If the student being asked cannot answer the question on 1 until 5 count, he or she takes to a cat. And then the student must do the same as in the first person. He or she can be replaced if the student being asked cannot answer. Next, step in implementing strategy. Have students stand in a circle. The teacher standing in the middle of the circle or as a cat. Then explain to students the rules of the game. Start the game with the teacher being a cat first. The teacher gives a question to one of the students. Of course, the questions must match the theme of the lesson. For example, the theme of introduction. Then questions should be about introduction. For example, what's your name? What do you like? Before the game starts, the students must master the questions and how to answer them first. The last, students who cannot answer change to become cat and continue playing. This game can be played in small and large classes. If there are students under 20, just make one circle. But for a large class, like a class of 40 students, divide into 3 or 4 groups. The teacher is in charge of monitoring the game. The teacher pays attention to errors and mistakes, which can later be used as evaluation material after the game is over. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sahlah Amrina. Here I'm going to present a strategy to teach speaking for young learners through inside-outside circle game. Here are steps in implementing the strategy. The first step is divide students into the same two groups. The next step is the first group forms inside circle and the second group forms outside circle, so that each student from the first group has a partner from the second group, so they face each other. The third step is give a topic, question, or statement which will be explained, answered, or described by the first students. The fourth step is the first students will give their response by their own to their partners. The fifth step is when the first students have done, ask them to say pass, at which point their partners in the outside circle will share their response. And the last step is on our signal, have the outside circle or the inside circle move one step to the left or move to the right and discuss a different topic, question or statements with a new partner. That's the step in implementing the strategy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yulia Nurdiana. Now I would like to present about one of the interesting games that can make young learners or students enjoy learning English speaking. The name of this game is Good Morning Ball Game. Good Morning Ball Game is an interactive game to activate the students during the game period. This game is interesting enough and can change until the document that learning English is so complicated and boring. So the next about step implementing the strategy. Firstly, the teacher can organize the students to make a cycle or other kinds of formation. And the next step, the teacher provides 3 different balls. What is meant by a different ball here is a ball that is different in color. For example, there are 3 colors, blue, red, and green. And the next step, the teacher chooses 3 students to hold a ball first. Each ball will have its own sentence or words which should be told by student who get the ball. For example, the student will get the ball. Red ball, say good morning. And then the students will get the ball. Green ball, say how are you. And then students will get the ball. Blue ball, says fine, thank you, and you. And the next step, the teacher throws the ball at first to the students. And then the students will get the ball, say the sentence that comes with the ball. And the last, the class members first alternately throw the balls, and the person who receives them also says the sentence that comes with the ball. And the sentence that comes with the ball can be what the students will be learned at the day. For example, about greeting, color, animal, and so on.